In Heat 6, it was the end of the road for Massacre. Decapitator decapitated all, and the terror of Static and Crimbot earned them a place in the semis. In Heat 6, the last qualifying heat, Decapitator and Static progressed, so did Crimbot. None of the other robots got enough points though for the pool. And confirmation, the top 4 robots, Crimbot obviously on 7, but Real Thor comes second because they won 2 clear knockouts, 3 points each. Now, Hypnodisc and Road Rage have been judged based on their performance in their only clear knockout 3-point win. Road Rage defeated Beast of Bodmin and Hypnodisc defeated Chaos 2, and it will be marked on who immobilised their opponent the quickest. Hypnodisc doing that quicker than Road Rage. So runner-up position 1 is Crimbot, and runner-up position 4 goes to Road Rage. What a semi-final that is looking like. And our runner-up 2 position is of course Real Thor, and our 3rd position, Hypnodisc. Our semi-final is complete. So without further ado, let's start it, shall we? The surprise package. Dave will be first up against the veterans, Captain Pirate, who have never failed to reach the semis. What a semi-final this is. Heavy heights for Dave. They reached the pool actually on 5 points in the last series, so I think unlucky not to progress, but they're of course veterans, and returning for their first semi-final. They had a brilliant heat, defeating Jean along the way, and of course Twister too. Its most famous victory came in the very first fight of Megabots 3. Thinking, goodness me, what twists and turns are expected for this series. Of course, Captain Pirate, having all the experience, reached the grand final in the first series and reached the semi-finals last time, losing to Jaws in the second round of the semis. Now Jaws is in, of course, this semi-final, but because of the way the play looks, the statistic board looks, they won't meet if they both do progress. So, Dave doing awfully well, but you know what I mean. Captain Pirate's spin, has it rendered? Dave immobile. I think we've got a knockout already. How many robots has Captain Pirate done that to this series and throughout Megabots? Quite frankly, it's a knockout. Dave dead. The captain roars on and swipes Dave out of the competition. Captain Pirate once again going through to the second round of the semi-final. Oh, what a clash. Ramsey and Jaws next.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, it's just the way it's all landed this series. The top 2 favourites from the last 2 wars really clash quite early on in the tournament. Of course, meeting in the grand final on both the first and second series. Jaws winning series 1, of course, and Ramsey coming 3rd in the last series and runner-up in series 1. Great robots. Every series they fight. Every series they seem to knock each other out. Of course, meeting in the grand final of series 1 and in the group stage, the grand final, both KOing each other. Oh, Ramsey though doing so well. Jaws, all the experience. What a tournament they've both had, remember. Ramsey ending on 6 points in the group, and Jaws 8 points. They've both done extremely well. Jaws yet to lose a fight, of course. And Ramsey losing actually its only fight of the series to Killabot in the group stage. So they were lucky to get through on 6 points. And a smash against the arena wall. It's guaranteed though that one of these robots is going to be bitterly disappointed because they're not going to progress to a grand final, or certainly the round 2 stage of the semi-finals. And at this rate, as we hear the klaxon for the pit, Jaws doing all of the work here. Ramsey, now self-righted. Is it a little bit out of control? I don't know, but Jaws, all the experience, getting it underneath, feeding Ramsey to Matilda. It's a shark, of course. It feeds. It feeds on its prey and it uses its jaws. And look at this. Has Jaws got enough power to do that? Well, the party trick is lock them in the jaw and steer them towards doom. They nearly did that. Well, the judges have gone with Jaws. And the third place, Ramsey, does not progress anymore. Jaws through, Behemoth and Road Rage next.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Heavy heights for Behemoth. Road Rage have done well. They've both, on both series, they've got through to the pool. They've got through to the semi-finals via the pool in Series 1 and losing to Decapitator in the first round of the semis. Of course, Decapitator and Road Rage sharing the semi-final once again, but probably won't meet. Now look, oh, and the flippers come off Behemoth. Oh, Shunt! Is Shunt out? That's twice. That's twice he's done that this series. Skirting oblivion, he must love living life on the edge. Well, Behemoth is in all sorts of trouble here. They actually ended the group on 6 points in the first series. Very unlucky not to survive the pool. Road Rage, though, experienced, has been to the semi-final before. How has Behemoth not just flipped Road Rage up and over? If either robot win, this will be breaking new grounds in the second round of the semis. And would you believe it? Road Rage, in a bit of a rage itself, it's shredded Behemoth completely here. Shunt coming out to play, stay out of the way, and there we can see the raging fire of Road Rage. Shredding more armour on Behemoth. This looks great, doesn't it? Behemoth now, oh, I don't know, would you say it might just be losing slightly? I don't know. Behemoth, oh, and the flip! And that's it! Road Rage cannot self-right. This is what Behemoth should have done first thing. Now the pit is there, Behemoth. You're going to have to get yourself away from that. No! Oh, and down you go! Oh, and Behemoth's just fallen for the pit. We do paint that area of the arena for a reason, Behemoth, the yellow and black warning stripes. It's because the pit is there and it does descend. The pit claims another victim.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, it's a grudge match here from only the last heat in Group 11. They've both met. It's just random. It's just the look of the draw. That again, poor Crimbot is having to face Decapitator. Of course, they did go to a judge's decision in the heats. Decapitator, of course, winning the 2 points against Crimbot. Wouldn't revenge be sweet? And poor Crimbot, though, having to face them again. Have they learned their lesson at the moment? Yes, I think they're just about on top. Now, Decapitator. Oh, against Shunt. Sergeant Bash even. With the flames. Licking on and has flipped Crimbot. Well done here. The Crimbot can self-right here now. But I don't know, Decapitator, if they just keep on and push Crimbot into the corner patrol zone and let Bash do the rest. And okay, Decapitator has lost its weapon, its circular saw at the back. Could this be an actual KO rather than going to a judge's decision? I think it is. In comes the Kilolots. The House Robots have sensed an immobilization and Decapitator. Well, that's a shame for Crimbot. They have got through to the semis before. No further. Decapitator will progress once again into another round 2 match of the semi-final stage. And that's our lineup for semi-final 1. Oh, it's getting very close now, isn't it? Let's head over to semi-final 2. We have another 4 fights for you. Lethal Weapon is against Jolly Roger next in the arena. 3 unseeded machines here. Certainly more open than semi-final 1.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
I think Lethal Weapon have had an amazing tournament once again. Can they do one better than the last series? They got through to the second round of the semi-finals, so another win here. They'll equal their position last series. Jolly Roger never failed to reach the semi-finals, but this is the furthest round that they have reached in the past. Will they make it a hat-trick or progress a step further? Only time will tell, but at this rate, if Lethal Weapon can just deliver the lethal blow, which it has done here, Jolly Roger so tenacious, so in your face, it never lets up and always lands on its feet. And it's doing very well here against a very out of control and wild and lethal Weapon. And this is the thing, Lethal Weapon have no stream egg. How they've landed, stayed on their wheels throughout Megabots is beyond me, really. It's always entertaining to see. They're one of the most entertaining robots in Megabots. Of course, not taking this too seriously. This is only a game after all, but it's always great to see. In the semi-final stage of Megabots, anything can happen. It's so fast and frenetic, and you just don't know what's going to happen, who's going to end up where, who's going to progress to the grand final. It really is all to play for with these knockout fights, because if you lose here, that is it. There is no going back, there is no second chance, there is no last chance saloon. Once you're out, you are out. Jolly Roger surviving. They're both pretty naked here. The chassis are on show. Who do you think's being the more aggressive here as the pit descends? We're going to another judge's decision here. I think Lethal Weapon has been far more aggressive, lacked a bit of control, so I think Jolly Roger will pick up on those points. It's the damage, I don't know, and the aggression. Was Jolly Roger on its back for far too long? The judges have sided with Lethal Weapon, and once again Jolly Roger ends in the semi-final stage. Trackers and Spikosaurus next.
3, 2, 1, activate.
It's an interesting lineup, this. Trackers, one of the most unluckiest robots in Megabots, losing out in both semi-finals. In Series 1 lost to Chaos 2 in the first round, and then in Series 2 they lost to Twister 2, the eventual champions for Series 2, in the first round of the semis. So Trackers, I think, always the bridesmaids, never the bride. Very unlucky. I think smart money is on Trackers to win the whole tournament, to be honest. They just need to get past Spikosaurus, who, failing to reach the semi-finals in the last series, they did reach the semis in Series 1, losing out to Massacre. They're doing very well. It's very experienced here, but oh, there's the flip. Now, Spikosaurus, we have seen themselves right, so this shouldn't be a problem for them. But if Trackers can just keep them over that pit and do a Behemoth and descend, Trackers will be on the way to its first second round match. If it can just hang on, but can Spikosaurus land on its feet, or are we about to see an extinct machine here? There we go. Great self-righting there from Spikosaurus. The balance is just about right. Be so unlucky if Trackers loses this. I really wanted them to progress further in the past of Megabots. Like I said, probably the unluckiest robots, because they are so good, and yet they've only managed to reach this stage in its whole existence, really. Trackers on track. Spikosaurus, can it bite its way through and keep the extinction level at bay? Oh, the pit's descending, and so our last 10 seconds. Trackers, you don't want to do this. You've done so well. Well, they both have. Oh! Talk about leaving the best till last there. Well, Trackers for me, only just though. It is. Trackers will go through to its first ever round 2 match of the semi-finals. Daisy Cutter and Hypnodisc in the arena next.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, would you believe Hypnodisc, its first semi-finals? 6 points, joint winners of its group, of course, only coming to second to Behemoth. And Daisy Cutter, one of the only robots to achieve 9 points in its group. It's yet to lose a fight or even go to a judge's decision, only static is equalled with 9 points this series so far. So Daisy Cutter here, the favourites. It's got through to, well, it's never failed to reach the semi-finals, got through to the round 2 of semi-finals in the first series, losing to Captain Pirate, and then in series 2 getting through to the semi-finals of the first round and losing to Captain Pirate once again. So it'll be an interesting lineup. They won't meet Captain Pirate because of course they're in different semi-finals, but goodness me, wouldn't that be an unlucky draw? 3 in a row, the hat-trick. Anyway, not to be this series, but I tell you, Hypnodisc I think is just about on top here. Daisy Cutter, it just needs to use it's lost its 2 prongs unfortunately, because it uses those 2 prongs to grapple hold of a robot and keep them in its grasp while the saws saw down and do the damage. Daisy Cutter have really destroyed the opposition in this series and really are very experienced. But Hypnodisc, I think the surprise package of the whole semi-final stage here. And can you believe it? They could win this, you know. Oh! Daisy Cutter about to be cut to shreds there, as once again Hypnodisc controlling and pushing Daisy Cutter into the corner, and we are going to another judge's decision here. And do you know what? I think we're in for a shock, because I think Hypnodisc have done all of the work here.
Cease.
Could this be the shock of the semi-finals so far? An unseeded robot beating a veteran. Oh, it is! Hypnodisc through to the last stage of the semi-finals. Unbelievable. Real Thor and Static, the runners-up in the arena.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, can you believe it? Real Thor, all 3 appearances in Megabots, they've got to the pool and got through the pool in Series 1, ending on 6 points, Series 2 ending on 6 points, and Series 3 of Megabots ending on 6 points, each time progressing and getting through once again to the semi-final stage, the first round of the semi-final stage, losing to Jaws in Series 1 and Ramsey in Series 2. If they lose here, this is going to be deja vu, losing to a very high seeded machine, Static this time around, of course seeded 2. Righted now, Static, a fantastic machine, only losing to Twister in the last series. They've yet to lose a fight again. Like I said previously, one of only 2 robots to end on 9 points in its group, and Static, I think, hot favourites once again to get through and go all the way. Kilolot's losing his head. Oh, we're losing our heads in the arena. Real Thor having a bit of a problem here against the Kilolot. Static need to get out of the way here, and look at the skill. Oh, we've got an immobilization. Oh, it's a win from Static. Oh, once again, Real Thor losing the exact same position with the exact same points and the exact same scenario in the pool. Well, Real Thor, what can you do to get that extra oomph, the extra skill to get through? But it's not to be. We now have our round 2 lineup. Oh, and look at this. We have 2 unseeded machines. Only 4 robots now will progress to the grand final. Captain Pirate have been there before. They're next in the arena.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, heavy heights here for Road Rage. Captain Pirate fell at this stage in the last series, losing to Jaws. But you just never know. You never know with the skill that, I'll say skill, that Road Rage have shown us. Oh! It's the commentator's curse again. That they have shown us, you just never know who's going to win. But Captain Pirate, my goodness me, has anyone been able to get in underneath and flip and do damage? Because pretty much every fight Captain Pirate have been in have been the killer blow, a knockout, a KO. There is just no stopping this beast of a machine. It's been the same right the way through the history of Megabots. How to defeat Captain Pirate which is why it's never failed to reach the semi-finals. Just look at that. Poor Road Rage. It's being stabbed and bludgeoned to death, and it's not helped ending into Matilda's zone there. Totally naked and teetering and wobbling. It's done incredibly well, Road Rage. It's always great to see them in the arena, but Captain Pirate doing all of the work here, I think. I think Road Rage has even lost a bit of control there, a bit of drive and a wobble. And because the chassis is exposed, this is going to be very close here. The chassis won't be able to withstand this punishment any longer, no. Well, Captain Pirate through to its second grand final. It's done it again. Can anything stop it?
Cease.
Road Rage hasn't been able to, as the house robots feed on the carcass. And there you can see confirmation. Captain Pirate, the first robot through to the grand final. Next, can Jaws follow once again? They've never failed to reach the grand final. And Decapitator, all to play for.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So, Jaws with the teddy bear there, looking for its third grand final in a row. You've got to give credit here to Decapitator. Done very well this campaign for Megabots 3. Can it withstand the power, though, of Jaws? Of course, the seeded machine, and has already beaten Ramsey. Oh! The flipper. Well, that's a good start for Decapitator. The flipper is off. And Matilda, oh look at this man, the Jaws! And Matilda's struggling as well. What's going on? Remember, this to join Captain Pirate in the grand final, and Decapitator at the moment on top. Is Jaws out? Is it an immobilisation shunt coming in? I think we're on the verge here of one of the biggest shocks of Megabots 3. It'll go up with the defeat of the ex-reigning champion, of course, Twister. Look at this, Decapitator. Can it get through to its first ever grand final? And you just wonder, I've said this throughout the history of Megabots, what makes Decapitator so special as it pushes Jaws into the jaws of Killalot? Well, Decapitator looks a bit clunky, like a box on wheels, but it does the business. Never failed to reach the semi-finals. It's yet to use its circular blade, you know, but Jaws, the experience here, and of course the number 4 seeds against the number 11 seeds, in trouble. Shunt now coming into play. Decapitator, now the pit opens up. Competitors be aware, but Jaws is teetering on the edge and I think is looking at a defeat. Is this going to be the first time ever that Jaws fails to get through to the grand final programme? It looks that way because I think Decapitator has been on top here. They went the distance, or just about. I think we're in for a shock here. Jaws. Are they? No! Well done, Decapitator! Jaws fails at the final hurdle. Wow, Lethal Weapon and Hypnodisc next in the arena.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Could we be in for another shock, would you say? Because both robots have never got beyond this stage. So we're going to have another new robot in the grand final. Hypnodisc done brilliantly. Lethal Weapon has been to this stage before in the tournament. Oh, as it spins its party trick, its lethal dose. Just trying to work out Hypnodisc. Hypnodisc doesn't really know what to do with Lethal Weapon as it comes in for the kill. Shunt now coming into play. Lost to Ramsey at this stage. Last time did Lethal Weapon, so no disgrace there. Of course, Ramsey now out. Lethal Weapon really just needs to keep control here and not tip over. Hypnodisc plodding along, bouncing a bit, not really getting the disc up to speed, and not really causing as much damage as it would like against these levels. They don't really catch it, that's the problem. Lethal Weapon just needs to avoid Shunt's scoop, because once you've flipped, that's it. Lethal Weapon, and we have seen it in the past, in the first series, Lethal Weapon didn't escape the heat, but the damage now totally catastrophic for Hypnotist. He's got caught now into Shunt. Oh goodness me, Shunt doing all of the damage, and is really on the warpath tonight. Oh, it's a completely unrecognisable robot now, but it's tangled with Shunt, and it's just about come out of the corner patrol zone. It's just been destroyed by Shunt. Going into the corner patrol zone, not a great tactic. That will count against Hypnotist. Oh goodness me. Lethal Weapon needs to be careful. Now the pit is open as it burns. What can Hypnotist do? It can't do anything. Lethal Weapon will have all the damage points now. And the aggression. Maybe not control. Certainly style.
Cease.
Oh, it's finally been flipped, but it's too late. Well, what? How did it? It went over the pit. Wow, and it's through to its first ever grand final. It's skirted with death and has caused the lethal dose. Hypnodisc out.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, for me, this is the fight of the semi-finals. Two very experienced robots. This would grace the grand final. Last fight, to me, very experienced, but you can already see Static doing its trick. What can Trackers do here? And this is the furthest Trackers has got. Reaching semi-finals, of course, but never the second round. One of the most unluckiest robots in Megabots is Trackers, but Static, the runners-up, once again progressing through to the second round of the semi-finals and already doing all of the damage. But once more, we've seen this happen, not this series, but it's the first time that Static now are going to be struggling here because they've not got the balance right with the flywheels there. Doing all of the damage, just needs one flip here. Look, off balance. Oh, what a flip! Oh goodness me, that was a headache sort of a flip. Has Trackers won? What a famous victory here. They're beating the second seeds and runners up. Well, a third robot in the grand final who we've not seen before. Wow. Confirmation. Static and Jaws will not feature in the grand final this time. Instead, what a lineup. Captain Pirate have been there before in the past, but new ground for Decapitator, the 11th seeds, Lethal Weapon, the 7th seeds, and Trackers, the 9th seeds, all seeded machines through to the grand final. Heat highlight, and it's deja vu. Said it before, have you ever seen a house robot skirt? You've seen it twice, by the same house robot, in the exact same spot. Here are your grand finalists: Captain Pirate, Decapitator, Lethal Weapon, and Trackers. One will be crowned champion next time, don't miss it.